109, so like 8 times more if it is OTT, and you will need 153 watt-hours if it's IPTV, so it's like 10, 11 times more than DTT. So the difference is super important, and probably if you would go into the street and ask to people walking in the street their opinion, they probably would guess exactly the opposite, because anything that is digital and that is internet is meant to be super modern, super efficient, super low cost. It is exactly the opposite. The broadcast delivery, which has been around for 100 years or more, as we know very well in this conference, is still today highly, highly efficient. And actually, there is still a strong hidden improvement, because this is based in Europe, where mostly European broadcast DTT delivery is done with our old digital technology, which is DVB-T. We are in the process of evolving to the our next gen delivery, which is DVB-T2, and DVB-T2 is about 2 times more efficient than DVB-T. So there is again a strong hidden improvement in that already very low impact of terrestrial broadcast delivery. And if you look at it from a point of view of carbon, you have the same hierarchy, and you can remember that if you watch 1 hour of TV using over the air, so using maybe next gen in the United States, you're going to generate 3.3 grams of CO2. If you watch that same hour using OTT, like Netflix, this is going to be like 26 grams. And if you use managed IPTV, it's going to be like 37 grams. Again, you have major differences. What does it mean in practice? Because nobody would count your energy or CO2 per the hour. So let's look, if you consolidate that across all of Europe, and here we're talking Europe 28, maybe it's worth what does the 28 mean? 28 was a few years ago the official number of countries member of the European Union. One significant country, which is UK, left the European Union. So officially now, European Union is 28, but we still like to count things across EU 28, including, by the effect of mine, including still UK. So in Europe, citizens in 2020 have been consuming about 300 billion hours of TV on their TV screen if you add up DTT, OTT, and IPTV. Again, here in this calculation, and that is a known limitation, cable and satellite are not included. You probably would add another 100 billion hours if you would add, again, cable and satellite. And one day I hope to be able to show the complete bar. DTT is about half of that, 150 billion hours. OTT, very big, 95 billion hours. And IPTV, a little bit smaller, 53 billion hours. IPTV, the way what we call IPTV in Europe, is actually not happening in every country. Probably the American equivalent of IPTV is your cable subscriptions, where you get that from a subscriber at a significant price, or I think what you call here the fiber services. IPTV in Europe is concentrated in a few countries, mainly France and Spain, in Belgium also. Belgium is a smaller country. In other big countries like United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, IPTV is much smaller. But still at the level of Europe, IPTV is 18% of the TV hours. Now, how much energy, how much carbon does this generate? DTT for 50% of the hours will generate only 490,000 tons of CO2. OTT will generate 2.5 million tons of CO2. And IPTV alone, with only 18% of the hours, will generate about 2 million versions of